Hello everybody and welcome back. Okay, we're about to jump into back into this combat, and sorry, out of the combat now and see where things are going chat wise. As a matter of fact, why don't we all right, now that that's out of the way, you go over to unlock the cage. Okay. So you go over and unlock the cage for Reich. And I mean, Reich looks up at you and he's like,
is Reich conscious?
Yeah, Reich is conscious. Remember, he made eye contact with Stalro before.
Yeah.
So Reich looks up at you and he's just like, oh, you found me. Good. Thank you.
All right, now let's go. Come on.
Well, he'd actually have more to say about that. Like, who are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why Stalboy is definitely running up right now to be like, yes.
And he looks over at Stalboy and he says, "Where's Odette?"
No. He reaches to take what's her name, Kieran's hand to help her up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you help up Reich?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And with the dagger in his hand, he's actually going to attack at you.
Damn it.
He's actually going to attack at you.
Haha! I was king of the keeper the whole time.
He just hates half elves. He just hates half.
I had too many of them in my life.
And against your AC,
Mm-hmm.
I succeed. And with all of the damages that I'm able to do, I actually deliver to you 15 points of damage.
All right. Well, I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you had less than 15 left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I actually didn't know that because you don't update it on your character sheet.
I do.
I mean, on your token.
It should update automatically.
It looks like it's updated for mine.
Really?
It
I have
updates
0.
automatically. Your thing might not be loading quickly because you're.
It's 0.
Let me just double check.
The little health bar.
Yeah, mine says you're at 16. Am I looking at the right person?
Armor. It's the other.
Oh, that's
the
why.
center
Okay, well, 15 points of damage stabs you. That's just what the damage was. I
Yep.
can't control that. So 15 points of damage stabs you, and you drop. Everybody can roll for initiative now. I'm going to clear out initiative, and we're all going to roll for it again before we actually continue with the RP portion. So, very quickly, if everybody can roll.
Stalboy was not expecting this. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Ha! Nice. And there you go, Nico. And I'll add Luca in, who still hadn't had his chance to make his way over there. Let me roll his initiative really quickly.
Hey, that totally looked like a 5 on my roll, but I will take it.
Okay. So Nico, you see this happen, and you've never met Reich, so you have no idea what the hell just happened. So what do you do?
Kieran! I draw my sword and Let's see what we want to do here. How's this gonna proceed? I'm pretty pissed, so I'm gonna actually blow one of my second level spell slots, and I'm gonna super smite him. Right in his stupid face.
Okay. So you go and attack this person that you've never met before. That's sweet of you. You know, that's cool.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah, he just stabbed.
He's now a bad guy. That's how it goes.
I'm the dick here.
Okay. Well, you miss.
Jesus.
He's very fast. Standing up. He's a monk. You'd be surprised because he carries a bunch of swords around.
Yep. You have another attack there, sir.
I know, but I'm just frustrated because I just blew my fucking second level spell.
No, you say it after you hit.
But you didn't use those spell slots.
Yeah, you use your spell slot after you hit.
Yep.
That's a declare that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not Pathfinder or 3.5. After you hit, you say I do this,
Gotcha.
or I say after you roll, then you kind of decide. So what do you do with your second attack?
Clicked it. Didn't go. Hold on. I believe. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I was apparently looking at it like a dumbass.
All right, there we go. Oh, so much better. You rolled onto a 19. Too bad that's not a natural chance to crit for you. So you do hit. Roll your damage, and I assume you blew your load on this one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do your damage. Do
First,
your
regular
list.
damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then
There we go. Wow, okay. So you do 13 points of damage to the guy. So he takes 13 points of damage. He's hurting pretty bad. Let me just... so he takes 13 points of damage and is still there like... It's actually his turn. He is now going to, much more nimbly than you would have expected, he's going to duck and dodge between your legs. So he's kind of like spring, like curl up really tight, spring diving forward between your legs, tumbling out and popping up to attack at you from behind, literally swinging behind him to attack at you from behind.
Son of a bitch.
Here we go. Let's see if I can actually hurt you. Sadly, it's a miss. It could have been a hit, but it rolled right off that natural 16 to a much lower number. So it was a miss. So he does that, but sadly, he meets nothing but metal. The armor that you're wearing flicks the blade to the side. But that's okay, because by doing that, he is no longer provoking an attack of opportunity from you, and he's going to continue moving from where it was, which is there, around and out of your immediate reach, over to near where Stalbor is. So almost as though you and him were flanking Stalbor. And now he's going to attack at Stalbor. And attacking at Stalbor, he hits the AC of a 13. Actually, Stalbor just barely is able to see this attack happening and is able to duck and dodge out of the way before it does so.
That would be mage armor that blocks it, not dodging.
Oh yeah, sorry, you have mage armor. So because she had cast it on you. So
no, I cast it. I learnt it from my dad.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Odette doesn't cast it anymore.
Magic. It'd be crazy.
You stole it. You stole it from Odette's corpse.
Oh.
So you go to dodge backwards. It's not enough, but he wasn't aware of the fact that you had magical protections on you, and so an attack that would have hit is thwarted by the fact that you have that spell on, and it would have been a solid damage too. Almost dropped you. So sadly, that misses, and he continues to move forward a smidge. So that is where he is right now.
Also, Eric, that disadvantage thing, is that always activated?
When I have to be adjacent to both the enemy and the player.
Gotcha.
Luca, watching what happens, rushes forward, drawing his sword out of his waist. He's kind of like dazed and not really with it. And he draws his sword out of his waist, and he's going to try to attack with it, but moving as fast and as far as he did suddenly while drawing that weapon kind of like left him disoriented. And so he's going to attack, but he's not going to be a very good attack. I'm doing this incorrectly. My apologies.
Map.
I mean, if you want a map, sure. It's not much happening, but I'll throw a map up there for you.
They want a map.
So that's fine. I can get over there.
You skipped me.
No, you're unconscious.
I know, but I have to make rolls.
You roll your death rolls. Oh, that was a really good attack. I'm sorry, I forgot to roll death saves for you. So one death save successful. My apologies, Aaron. I just didn't think it was important. I was wrong.
Yeah,
so
I could die again.
with a rushing forward, he actually swings, even with disadvantage. He swings and he hits with the sword. And he does 10 points of damage, which is a considerable amount after the 13 already delivered by his brother. This person is actually hurting pretty badly. So grabbing their chest and holding on to it, hurting really badly. All of a sudden you see he transforms. No longer does he look like Reich standing before you, but instead you see a dull gray form with colorless eyes, long white hair behind the creature as he kind of like moves quickly, recoiling from the attack, wearing very, very boring looking clothing, very dull looking clothing, standing in front of you guys, and he's looks up at Luca like, ugh! The attack was too much for him to take. In case you're not familiar with him, it seems as though this is a changeling working for Dusk. And he is, that's the end of his turn. It's actually going to be Stalbor's turn next.
I was going to go and attack Reich. I actually pull the gem enchanted dagger from like some of the pouches. But then when I see it's not Reich, I actually stop. And then I start and channel my natural energies to cast Spare the Dying on Kieran to stabilize her completely.
I would say as you go to catch it, I will save her. Go and defeat him, Stuppy.
already do it. You know.
Damn you.
He doesn't. He definitely does not stop. Like it's just a done.
Do you move at all afterwards?
Yeah, I'll actually move here, and I'll keep the dagger out.
Okay. And after you do that, it is going to be Nico's turn. Nico, please. Top of an order.
Stups over here saved her already. I'm gonna go charge. I look at Luca concerned for a moment, but only for a moment. I grip myself for battle, making sure that I'm rolling it normal. Punch him in the face.
Punch with the sword.
16
punch.
hits.
Yeah, sword punch.
Do you
Sword punch, go.
Holy shit, 11 points of damage. This person is effed up in every way that you can think. His AC is actually a 16, and his health points are insanely low. It is still your turn, and I hope you roll very poorly. Oh, you did. Good. You missed with your second attack. So his recoil from his first attack was very well planned. He saw the attack was going to hit before it did, and so he, taking the hit, kind of like bracing himself for it because he couldn't get out of the way, instantly threw himself backwards with that. And in throwing himself backwards, he put himself into a bit of a run.
Gotcha.
And threw himself into this pit over here. Oh, no. What am I doing? Not this way. Sorry, threw himself into a bit of a run, going this way. And stepping off of the map itself. Stepping off of the map, and what it is as he kept going, you guys can see he went to where it's brighter out there that way. And by off of the map, what I meant was, as you guys follow after him to see, you can see he literally ran to the ledge of where this place is. It opens up into the sky. This was the secret hole you were trying to find and failing to do so before. And he kind of ran and he jumped, and he's flying, like free falling down off of the sky. As you guys rush forward, because all of you guys are going to be able to do this to see what's going on, unless somebody chooses to go back to Kieran. Does anybody choose to go back to Kieran?
I have
Ollie?
potions on me.
Ollie,
Me,
we
but
can't
I'm
hear you.
muted, so I go back.
Cool.
Ollie goes back? Okay, I didn't know if the paladin wanted to because he has the healing ability.
Yes, well, I can heal her now. I was just waiting for the opportunity.
So-
So I'm gonna go and
So is Stalbor going back as well?
If I see him start to go back, I guess I'd go with Luca to chase.
Okay, sure. So Luca, Luca you see is very disoriented. Do you say anything to him, or do you just kind of like push past Luca and go and check out where this changeling is going?
I don't push past Luca. I run around Luca
Well,
very carefully.
No, not like shove. So so you move around Luca and go to see where where they're going. Luca is kind of like watching everybody go different directions, seems to be dazed by it, and is just gonna kind of lean on the nearby wall and just kind of like sit against the wall somewhat and catch his breath. Again, he just seems out of it. So you're running over to Kieran and going to use how much of your
10
lay on
points.
hands. 10 points of lay on hands, getting her back up to 10 HP. You're going to rush down here and look out the hole. Can you make me a perception check, please?
I help her back up. And then...
No.
Okay,
The
so
sun hurts.
you looking out and seeing you are adjusting your eyes to the sunlight, but as you look out there and see, you see that they're just kind of like falling and very, very quickly losing sight of it. It's like if you hit a golf ball and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know where it went. So you're very quickly losing sight of where they are as they're falling at incredible speeds. We're going to loop back around. Kieran, you wake up. Do you say or do anything?
I'm gonna.
I
pull a
extend a
potion.
hand to her.
I don't
to
take
help
it
her.
quite yet. I'm gonna grab a potion out of my pocket and I'm gonna pop the cork and just drink it really quick.
Okay.
And then I will take the hand and get up. Oh, I thought
Help
this
her
would
out.
work. Healing elixir. Macro.
Is that working?
Work.
I don't think the
Not
elixir.
for me. I'm trying typing it. There we go.
Okay. I was like, it should work.
Or,
Heals you 4. Yeah. Well, you drink the healing
You find-
elixir. Is this one of the ones
Yep.
that Stalbor gave you?
No, it's one I
No,
had
it's
on me.
just the same
Okay.
type of potion.
Yep, just same potion. Gotcha.
Same
Cool.
potion though.
Cool.
Do you believe you'll be ready to fight, my lady?
I kind of roll my eyes at the title and go, yeah. Yeah, I'll be ready to fight.
So you help her up.
Excellent. Perhaps this will help you further. I cast heroism on her.
Oh, cool. What does that do? You should
That
click
gives
it
you
so people can look at it.
da.
Bam.
Temp HP.
It's temp HP.
Oh, it's not temp HP.
Yeah, it does. Temp HP equal to his charisma modifier.
Which is da. I believe a +2. Yeah, +2.
There you go.
Here it is.
And you, Stalbor, are able to make me one more perception check, but this time with disadvantage because of the distance.
Yeah, once my eyes adjust. I nearly fall.
You looking forward, and luckily for you, I don't do critical failure rules. So you are leaning out there trying to see what's going on. You do slip a little bit, grabbing onto a rock to hold yourself steady, but you just completely lost track of sight of where they went. Why they were jumped out or free falling? Maybe they chose suicide over murder. Who knows? You don't see anything else while you're down there. What does everybody else do?
I stand up and turn around. Like, what in my bar was that thing?
That
was not right.
What do you mean it wasn't Brike?
I want to
Is that
find.
not your friend?
I want to find
No.
Luca.
Okay, you can easily meet up with Luca. He's halfway over to where Stalbor is. So Stalbor, you just kind of walk back to where Luca is as well to meet up with the rest of them. So all of you guys are kind of grouped together in the cave.
No,
Does
I'm
Luca
grabbing.
still look off?
I'm grabbing that goblin,
Which goblin?
the archer.
Oh,
and I
In the
say,
corner.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hold up my hand as if to like cast a spell. And tell him to explain. He has 10 seconds.
Explain what? Sorry, let me get a voice on.
I cast like
Explain
shocking
what?
grasp, not on him, but like right next to his head.
What
Yep.
was that thing? Explain.
It looked like a changeling.
Stanvor does not look any less confused. He is not from Eberron.
my character kind of like looks weird, strangely at you guys, like, yeah, it's a changeling.
Yeah, I know what a changeling is. I'm asking why it's in there and where's
I
Rick?
was given orders, protect Cage against people coming in. The person giving orders, and he gestures towards the mangled corpse that with the exploded melted head over there. He would have known anything.
Oh, so you're useless then. So I start casting shocking grasp again, closer to his head.
Oh,
He's just a middleman. Take his head off.
I know that this wasn't. I knew that we were supposed to be here because we were expecting people to try to save him. This way, I knew that we were a decoy. You're supposed to come try to save him, but I thought that was actually him.
So we are the real ones.
I don't know. I'm following orders. I just heard things.
Think harder.
I don't know. I'm following orders.
You seem to
Where
be
did the
good at
changeling go?
killing, Kieran. Go and kill him.
I turn to you and I say in common, we're not actually going to kill him, right? He's a prisoner.
I mean,
Can't
I
do
will
that.
if you want me to. I don't really care.
Well, we should not do that. He's a prisoner. He's surrendered.
Okay,
We'll
are you
turn
gonna
him over
take
to
him
the
back
authorities.
upstairs? Are you gonna take him back up there? Because
Indeed.
we still
and
have to
I pull
find
out,
some. We still have to find
pull out
someone
this-
down here.
I pull out a set of manacles.
Humans have a strange sense of honor that I do not understand.
I'm. I shake my head. I swear. I swear under my breath. Goddamn elves. I lock him up in the manacles.
Okay.
And I say, we should search the rest of the this area just to see if there are any other clues.
Give the place a sweep. Keep a buddy with you at all times.
I'm gonna go check on Luca. How is he doing?
So you go over to where. So you were kind of already standing there. Oh no, that's right. You walked back over here to where Luca was. He's over by near the entrance, down and out. But you know, he's the actual entrance leading out of this place is maybe another 20 feet from where Luca is and you are now. Everybody else being much further into the cave. So you go over to Luca, and he's kind of standing there holding his breath. It almost looks as though like you know how if you were really, really, really drunk or like really hungover the next day, everything hurts and everything's like woozy, and you're just constantly you're concentrating on breathing. Like literally breathing is the thing that you're working on, and you're like, I just need Gatorade. I just really need Gatorade. And it's like right there on your end table, and it's just too much work for you to reach over and grab it. But every once in a while, you get like moments of strength where you can like reach over and grab the Gatorade, whip open the bottle cap, and grab 2 sips before you're like, ugh. That seems to be how he is right now. He is just out of it, and you don't know why.
Well, I'm going to take a stab at using my paladin abilities, and I'm going to expend 5 health from my lay on hands to neutralize poison on him.
Sure, neutralize poison specifically. You do that, and it does not work.
I'll look at him.
He's like, oh, she.
Did you hit your head?
Yeah, but it was. She hit me with the spell. And it just, my entire body, and I had a helmet on, and it just, I could feel it boring into my ears. And then I flopped and smacked my head on the ground. I think I was unconscious. And then a loud boom woke me up. And I just,
right,
everything's ringing and...
Rest.
Well done. You gave my friend a concussion.
Oh, you just sound muffled and...
I was getting through the wall.
Everything's
okay.
bright and
humans
dark.
can die of those, right? They don't
And
have the extra
I'm going
layer
to-
of protection.
I'm going to heal myself for 5, and then I'm going to just straight heal Luca for 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's all my...
After you do that, he seems to settle a little bit more, but he's not... He's more comfortable, but sadly not completely. It's like when you make your friend eat that cheeseburger when they're hungover. Like, they're happy they ate the cheeseburger, but it still hasn't solved the problem.
Okay,
Take a nap
Salvar.
here that helps the concussion.
Where does the changeling go?
That's awful.
Points down the way. It jumped. They can't fly, can they?
No, quick and dirty. Changelings. Obnoxious little bastards. They can change their shape into anyone. They exist.
That seems useful.
They're barely people. Which way did it go?
Oh, it shows you to the hole.
Yeah.
You go to the hole. Erin, make me a perception check, please.
Yeah.
It's been way too long. You would never be able to see him at this point. He would
Yeah.
be way too far down. You would have had to
Okay.
catch him in those first few moments.
Mm.
Your perception is absolute garbage. Looking out there, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Just see clouds.
Mm-hmm. Does
Well-
Stalwart go down there as well? Or does he
Yeah,
just
I show her the thing.
You're welcome to make another perception as well if you'd like.
Try and see where he fell.
Can someone please just not be garbage?
Ah, finally, the elven eyes come through. Stalbor, you see a considerable, way off to the side of the city, you see a considerable amount of smoke rolling up into the skies. It's again, there's other buildings in the way, so it's hard to see through all the towers, and she was kind of like scanning around everywhere. You were also looking directly down, but now you can see off to the side, if you look up and off into the horizon somewhat, you can actually see a considerable amount of smoke rolling up above the towers and surrounding the areas where the towers are.
You see that smoke?
Gesturing in the direction of it, she can actually see it now, but not as well as you.
Mhm.
That was the direction the changeling sort of went. And he sort of gets the flying gem out. Sort of wants to chase, but then is not sure as well. If there's nothing else here, it's probably the best we've got.
Yeah, we should probably try to track it down if we can. But it'll probably just slip into a crowd.
Denise brothers, come over here.
I help Luca over to him.
Turn
I
on the
say-
crystal.
I say to him, before we head out, we should deal with our prisoner. Take him to the proper custody.
Oh, jeez.
You can do that.
Do we have time for that?
If you insist on doing that, I can. Taking some time to rest would be actually beneficial for most of us.
Why
You
can't
can do
we-
that. We can bandage. Blah blah blah.
Here?
Well, one of the things that you know, Stalbor, is that where that explosion happened was the Central Plateau, because you've lived in Sharn for long enough, you know this stuff. It's in the Central Plateau, which the top of the Central Plateau is where the government of the city is. So the government part of the city is. It's also kind of like where the financial district of the city is.
Yeah, I want to go that way.
And the
How about this?
this is also where enclaves of Dragonmark houses are. but
So you
not
think that
quite
this-
as high up necessarily as where government and finance is. They
Yes.
they tend to be like in that
All the
region,
fancy
but
stuff.
middle. Yeah.
So
I look
Why
at her. I say,
does
this
it-
is of the time is of the essence. Then
Time
correct?
is of the essence.
of course, why doesn't Luca take the prisoner back to wherever he may be? He's clearly in no shape to do anything right now, and the three of us can go check out the giant explosion.
I believe that is the
Yeah.
wise way that
we have
proceed.
other tasks that. Did they give us bad information? I'll go question that goblin that I was trying to help.
He's even stupider now.
I'll go question the goblin I was trying to help because it looks like they sent us to a trap. I'll see if I can knock something out of him.
You do that. Take him back to the women with the gauntlets, and then I just step
Yeah.
onto the magic disc.
And before I step on the magic disc, I put my hand on Luca's shoulder and very sincerely look at him and say, "Luca, I don't want you to blame yourself for this." I nod at him and I step on the disc.
What? Oh. And he kind
And
of
I just kind
stumbles.
of smile and give him a thumbs up as we fly off.
Yeah.
tug on his collar and brings the goblin prisoner with him, manacled, of course,
Skull.
Right. To the central plateau.
to the central
Directly
plateau.
to the smoke.
Would you like to make me that roll, please, sir?
Is it a particularly difficult task?
I mean, I suppose no, it's not. It's not a particularly difficult task. So you guys are making your way over to the central plateau, and there are lots of other things kind of zooming around and looking. But as you guys are getting closer and closer, make me perception checks, everybody, please.
I'll also say as we're getting closer, I'm like, Nico, Deneve, get your badge out.
Mm,
I nod.
And don't forget your perception check there, Nico Denise.
I'm doing it.
I'm
Doing it.
Hey,
Wow.
Nico.
Doing it and doing it
Hey,
and doing
I'm
it. Wow.
Nico.
fighting over here.
You want to go? You want to go bowling, cousin?
Hey, I'm walking here. All right, so that's what Ollie always says. So Stalbor, of course, aside from those two rolls he did earlier this session, crushes it consistently with the perception checks. As you guys are making your way over, you notice that all of the other sky carts, or what the heck they're called again, I always forget what they're called.
Oh, it's actually like Sky Sled or something.
Sky
They changed it
sleds,
in-
yeah, whatever it is. So they, whatever that thing is, as that thing is, as you're going, you see other ones are kind of like converging over in another area, and over by where the burning area, where the tower is on fire, where there was clearly an explosion, a whole bunch of stones fell. Who knows how far they fell or who got injured from it. As you guys are getting closer to there, a bunch of those sky sleds are actually very quickly whisking their way over to you guys with crossbows and swords out and whatnot. They're coming at you very quickly.
Badge. Show
Yeah,
badge.
I'm gonna. As they approach, I pull out my my badge, showing off my my status.
Who are you? Let me see that. One of them kind of like rushes over and checks it out and identification papers now.
I get out my identification papers.
They check everybody's identification papers, double check Nico's to make sure that they're correct, and they're like, all right, sir, what are you here for? We're very busy right now.
I look over at the fire and I say, "What's going on? I'm here to help."
A bunch of hobgoblins just blew up that building over there. It doesn't even make sense. It's the
We're on
hobgoblin.
the case.
Well, do you know what's going on?
We are on the case.
Do you know what's going on?
Yes.
We believe so.
I know far more than you ever have. We are on the case.
Well, then you go figure out why they blew up that building.
Is there still danger in the area?
Yes,
Are there
they've
still
got another hobgoblin strung up, hanging from a rope around his neck. We
That's
don't
who
even
we're
understand
looking
what's
for.
going on.
We look over. I look and say,
Show him.
Which
way?
I say, "Leave us, Stalby."
So he points, but you guys clearly just want to
Yep,
go on your
zoom
own.
that
So
way.
he just points, and you guys start heading that way. So since you didn't let him explain to you, could you make for me, please, Stalbor, with a disadvantage and because I need to double penalize you for this because you don't know the area. Just roll me a flat D20 roll, so whatever has no modifiers on it. Flat D20 roll, disadvantage. Reich and Kieran, roll me, because you don't know this city that well, just disadvantage history check, please.
So 11 in the end.
Thank you.
History, you said?
Yes, with disadvantage, please. Because you don't know this area super well.
Do it right this time. I'm the best around.
Except you never roll on time, you douche.
Hey.
Rhyming.
Ain't no one ever gonna take me down. Waiting on Kieran, too.
Oh, what am I rolling?
History.
The same exact thing.
Why?
Because
Why?
we're
What
flying
about
somewhere
this.
that you might remember about in a book.
Yeah,
I'm not from here.
doesn't matter.
You-
You've been here.
I've
And
been here
roll a
once.
6. So none of
None
you
of this
guys,
shit.
none of you guys know what that building was. That the guy that gestured you towards, you have no idea what that building is. So as you guys are flying towards it, you do happen to see that this building is blasted open. A huge chunk of the side of the tower is opened up. There are floors on fire. There are people on the floors that are on fire that are like screaming and kind of like looking about. There are the various sky carts that are flying around trying to go and offer aid to those that are inside the building. But every time a sky cart gets too close, the hobgoblins around have crossbows and they're aiming at the sky carts and trying to take out those people. So every once in a while, somebody, because the fire's getting too much in the area where they are, they kind of like hang back and they'll run and they'll jump forward in high hopes that a sky cart will swoop by and catch them. And they are catching them, but at only like a 50% success rate. But these people are kind of caught between try to be caught or burn alive. So it is a very gruesome scenario that's going on here. And what makes it even worse is inside the building, on one of the floors that are on fire, but like on a platform, like a what is the word I'm looking for here? Like a platform outside of the tower attached to it.
Balcony?
Balcony. Why couldn't I think of the word balcony? On a balcony just outside the tower, on one of the floors that are on fire, they actually do have a hobgoblin strung up and hanging from a rope, still alive because he's hung, but he's still alive, choking there, being executed publicly. And one of the hobgoblins, he looks very familiar to two of you. Nope, to one of you. Sorry, because one of you died before and the other one wasn't here before. It looks very familiar to one of you because you saw him kill Odette. One of them is standing there and he's shouting at the top of his lungs, way louder than you would expect, possibly magically enhanced. A whole bunch of cries like, "And Dargun will be no more. You understand that it'll be the Zakani that take their rightful rule over this realm again." And as he's doing this in booming voice, you guys are currently hanging back at a solid 500 feet. Now, this sky cart in this region has a speed of, I believe, 90 feet. Because you were in Sharn. So 90 feet is its move, allowing you to move 180 as a single turn if you would like to. You're about 500 feet back right now. That all being said, you guys are able to make one move, and then Reich has to make a Constitution save.
Oh, good.
We
Let me
move,
just get out of his stats. Tavalik, if you could work on his eulogy, that'd be great.
I would start moving, be like, one of you cut the rope.
Yeah.
As
Yep.
in, like, suggest if you have a
Yep.
crossbow. or
If that
something,
rope
you know,
cuts, he's falling.
then we can catch him, you know.
You can't even calculate that distance.
Oh, shit, okay. Well,
Yeah, we gotta
Then,
get closer for that.
oh, but I'll zip forward.
So you go to double move, 180 feet, bringing you to about 320 feet away from where the thing is. This is actually bringing you almost to where the guards are. The guards are probably hanging between 250, 300 feet away, and that's like where they're stopped. And every once in a while they'll try to swoop in. But again, that 50% rate of trying to catch people as they're falling, sometimes when they don't, not only do they not catch them, but the reason why they don't catch them is because they are killed themselves by crossbow bolts, hitting. So it's the guards are
Goblins.
sacrificing themselves as a bunch of hobgoblins and goblins
I
around
mean,
have crossbows
How high
attacking
is
them.
Reich from the ground? Is it just in the building?
Oh god, 1,000 to
This is Sean.
3,000
You wouldn't
feet.
want to think about it.
That's fine. That's fine. Plenty of time to catch up to him. We can do this.
Do you know how fast you fall?
Yeah, and falling damage caps at 200 feet, so we're good. It's fine.
Do you know how much damage that is?
It's fine. We got this.
I
It's
don't
fine.
want us to Gwen Stacy this and save him, but like break his neck or something. So that would be bad.
I think we can do this.
So
if we're not shot at, I'm just going to keep on moving. Probably we'll keep on
your
moving
next
through being
move,
shot at.
you're going to be shot at. But before your next move, he says, "And this here, this is a symbol of all of the weakness of the Dakani blood. We will purge ourselves of this weakness. We will rise again, greater than before, with now a whole new slew of races to kneel before us and serve our every whim." And as he is hollering this out there, you guys are zipping up that other
What
180.
I'm actually going to specifically do is spin so that Nico is in front of me.
Mhm.
What relative to the goblins while we're flying?
Yeah,
So
shield
I'm
up.
actually behind him. Yeah, exactly. The protection, but we'll still move. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So I,
protection doesn't work on the ranged attacks, unfortunately.
Well,
did-
you can still try. No, as in like. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not how the system works. You would be shielding potentially.
I will
did-
protect you.
I did the calculations before. It was a long time ago, but it comes out to something like 630 or 660 feet around is what you fall when you're free falling. So it's very quickly you go splat. So
2 whole rounds. We're fine.
yeah, two to 4 rounds somewhere in there. You don't know exactly how far down the ground is. 2 to 4 rounds somewhere in there, and then you have to be within range to do some sort of save. So so he's hollering this out. So you spun it around, and did you want to move the whole 180?
The whole. We're moving as far as possible. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
cool.
Spinning just to get him in front of me.
So hold on, wait a second. 320, 220, 200, 160 is where you are. Nope, 140. 140 feet away is
If
where
we
you're
get
at
below
right
him
now.
Next time, we're just going to be shot at.
Okay. So you are 140 feet away. You can totally close the rest of the gap. But as you guys are pulling in that way, a volley of arrows is being shot at you. And because it's a volley of arrows, what you need to do, Stalbor, are you focused seeing this happening? You're focusing on speed and speed alone, right? So everybody
Yeah.
needs to roll a dexterity save, but everybody has to do it with disadvantage because you have nowhere to jump or dodge to.
Prepare for a close shave.
Not bad.
Actually, like, fine, maybe.
Spoiler alert: dexterity is not my strong suit.
Like 11 around the board is pretty good. Like 11.
It's not
pulls the-
bad. It's above
That's actually
average.
not
for
terrible.
Disadvantage. Yeah, not
Okay.
terrible.
You
We might
guys,
still get hit, but I'm happy.
Stalbor is actually doing the best out of all of you. So,
I can move the thing.
bam.
You guys don't have any room to dodge.
So, 19 points of damage.
Wow.
Hold on. Divided 3 ways. And then Stalbor, you take half of what yours was. So that's 6 points of damage each, because we're rounding down. 6 points of damage each. Stalbor, you take 3. That is how it works out. You take-
Kieran, if
Yeah.
I go down, you have to harness your power into this. There is no little monster inside this thing. It is a machine. Okay.
Machines are powered by little monsters.
Oh, this
Stalwart.
one.
That's how these things work.
Oh, you can die by trying to talk to the machine, and not just fly to Reich while I'm trying to explain this.
So
But not
as
very well.
as you're trying to move
Potion.
forward, again, he is continuing to call out to the crowd and looking at you, and he's like, so as he says all that stuff, boiling more to serve us, and he's like, and your feeble attempts to save this one here, oh, they are going to be met with failure. We didn't have him rolling it. Hold on, we didn't have him rolling it. Reich was supposed to roll 2 Constitution saves by this point,
Oh, I
and
don't
now
remember
as
that.
you guys are doing that, you're supposed to throw a 3rd Constitution save. So roll me your first con save.
Oh dear.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, first con save.
I did at advantage, right? That's
Nope,
something we
but
talked
it's
about.
but it's DC 12.
You say that like that's a good thing.
Could be worse. Could
Okay,
be raining.
roll your second one with DC 13. Okay. Roll your third one. It's DC because you failed that one instead of. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't really matter. You failed anyways. So Reich is unconscious, and starting this upcoming turn has to start rolling his death saves.
Rip.
Alright, well, at this turn, I fly under him. So
So on this turn, you are flying all the way to him as quickly as you can to cut that rope. So you flying there, you need to stop on a dime for this. Okay.
this is the Arcana roll.
This is where you're rolling me your Arcana roll.
You don't happen to have any what is it, the inspiration, right?
Oh no, it's not
I do
Arcana
not.
roll. It's your land vehicles.
Oh, that's just straight intelligence, isn't it?
Yep.
Because I don't have a land vehicles roll.
That's actually
fine.
you roll even better. So you do perfectly stop on a dime.
I would actually try to stop it, so that I would go a little up, so his feet would touch. So sure, he's unconscious, but he's not actually being choked by the rope anymore.
And could you make me your deck save, please? What's your name? Nico. To try to cut that rope really quickly, as quick as possible. With advantage.
Dex,
With
you
it,
said?
with advantage. Deck save.
Advantage dex roll save.
Nice. You make it, and then roll me your attack roll against the rope. This is a super low DC. It's a 5. Just don't roll a 1.
I don't think I can even miss that technically.
Yes, you can if you roll a 1. Okay.
I thought that was
Except, I think I'm going to start imposing a penalty if you misroll like that. That you take a -5 for your next roll.
Or maybe you shouldn't.
You know?
Maybe that'd be
Okay.
less fun.
And then your damage, you just do enough damage that you cut the rope. So you cut the rope. He's going to flop down on the ground right there. Now, because it's been a turn, roll me your first death save as... what's his face?
Alright, switching
As Reich?
characters. Alrighty. Death save.
9. That's a first.
I believe I can. Nope.
That's your first failure. Kieran, you have not... So he was controlling that. He cut down the rope. He made a death
Yep.
save. You're
I have an
welcome to...
action.
You have an action. What do you choose to do?
I'm going to try to stabilize him. And hopefully I won't make things worse. Oh, nice.
You successfully stabilize, correct? Is DC 10 and 5e?
Mhm.
So you successfully stabilize him.
live.
Beautiful. You do live. And then immediately afterwards, one of the hobgoblins that are up above takes a barrel that was there and kicks it over as hard as he can. And immediately a whole bunch of oil just starts dumping
Oh,
down
no.
on the ground over you guys. And another one has an arrow that's had like a rag wrapped around it, dips into some of the fire that's nearby, and takes a shot and lines up to attack at the oil that's now dumping all
Oh, no.
over all of you guys. So that being said, I have to make my attack roll. I'm just going to click on anybody. It doesn't really matter. It's a super easy attack roll. Just don't roll a 1. And I rolled not a 1. So I successfully hit it, and you guys are now have oil dumping down on you that is set on fire, almost like an old-fashioned napalm happening on you. Everybody make me a dexterity saving throw to see whether or not you ignite. What's up, Will? Thanks for popping by, chat. Love seeing you here. Don't worry, Luke is all sorts of messed up. Okay.
He's dead. It's fine.
Not as messed up as we are.
Oh, that's okay, because Reich automatically fails his dexterity saving throw, and the oil just dumps down on you guys and catches fire. And so immediately as that happens, all of you are going to take 1d6 fire damage as it first comes in contact with you. Everybody except for Kieran, actually. Kieran, you were able to avoid the oil, but that only saves you for this one round. So next round, you're going to be on a flaming disc. So,
Question. So normally the way that it works when you're unconscious, if you take damage, you just take 2 death points. Is that still how it's gonna go?
I'm pretty sure you take 1 death point when you're
Just
unconscious
one,
and take
yeah.
damage. And yes, and because you were stabilized, technically this is 1 fresh death point for you.
Okay, thank God. I was
Okay.
like, I'm about to die.
So everybody didn't take much. Everybody took only 2 points of damage, except for Kieran. But now 3 of you, including the unconscious one, are on fire. And the disc itself is on fire with oil all around. Everything's also super, super, super slick. So any sudden movements or much movement at all has a chance of throwing you off of the disc itself. That was that. Other ones are now quickly lining up their crossbows, like reloading the crossbows that they had, and they're getting ready to attack at you guys with a volley of arrows. Let's start with you, Stalbor. What do you want to do?
So, how far are we from the top of the balcony? Top of the balcony? Where's that? Up above us, how far is the balcony with the goblins on? Am I muted?
No, you said how far up is the balcony from where you are?
Yeah, you said there's like a balcony.
We're
that
below
has,
the
like,
balcony.
Oh,
unity.
yeah. Sorry, it was like because he wasn't like kicked off. He was lowered down to choke.
Yeah.
So it's like 25 feet up from where you are.
Do it.
Go up.
Yep.
Do it.
Just so
Okay.
you know, the number of hobgoblins that are up there is about 12, which is why they're
Do
shooting
it.
volleys of
Well-
arrows. It's not like there's 2 or 3. So it's
Yeah,
like there's 2 or 3.
it's the
I
lesser of
actually know exactly what I want to do.
I'm not sure what your plan is, but there's 12. There are 12 combination of goblins and hobgoblins up there. You go right ahead, and I'll follow your lead.
I'm gonna go, like, the disc is on fire, focusing everything I can on still controlling it and not flinching from pain. Go up in an arc.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you for a second, Ollie, and then I want to hear what you're saying. Will, watch the VOD, and then you can find out what happened to you. Go ahead, Ollie. You are trying with
Light up in an arc and then slam into the leader hobgoblin that's doing the speech with the disc. And I would be doing as I'm saying, I'd be like, jump off, and then I'd immediately slam into him with the disc. But more, my flaming body, just like full force. Make a deck save, bitch.
Okay, well, first, because you're doing something that's precise, you have to make yourself a check.
Yeah. Jump off. Everybody jump off. Want to go up?
So you go up, and then you're going to try to attack with this thing. You're going to have to make me an attack roll. You're not proficient with this, so it's just going to be a straight dexterity check. Actually, you can roll dexterity or intelligence, whichever you prefer.
Guess which?
It's a really good
Try
attack
and
roll.
Make it so that because the disc is covered in in flaming oil.
Yep.
I sort of angle it to like try and tip a spray of it over the goblins. Now just use it against them. Which is why I'm saying jump off, because you're not going to stay on this.
Sadly, that's not really going to be an option, because like you said, you're coming up in an arc and then you're like flying at the guy as hard as possible.
Okay.
So tipping it onto them, you're not going to really have the ability to do that. That, and because it's so slick, very likely your party will just slide off of it.
That is valuable point.
So the the purpose is to fly at this guy as fast and hard as you can and jump off, right? Everybody has to make their dexterity saves with disadvantage because you're slick with oil. Except for Reich, you are not jumping anywhere, Reich, because
I'm assuming I'm
He's
gonna
going to
fail.
slide like a projectile.
somebody's welcome to try to
Um,
grab him and go.
I'm actually gonna grab him because I have my Ring of Featherfall, so I
But-
might be able to help with that.
Hey, Eric, thanks for rolling your dexterity save with disadvantage. You did a good job there.
No, I didn't.
I know. You didn't. You were supposed to.
Damn it.
Aaron, double 13s. That's pretty sweet.
All right, not bad.
And you grab
That's
him and
worth
you
something.
jump, like you said.
Yep.
Okay. So, Stalbor, you are lining up this attack. You're getting it going as fast as possible, all the
I
momentum
jump
you
off
can.
lead last,
And you
so-
jump off last, as you said, and you are able to get off no problems. Kieran, I'm sorry, you didn't even have to have disadvantage, but that's fine. You succeeded.
Yeah.
So you jump off this thing, no problems, grabbing Reich with you as you do so. Sadly, what's his face? Nico has a hard time jumping off of it because it's so slick. He actually stays on the thing when it slams into the guy. Now, it does in fact slam into him. It slams into him incredibly hard. I already rolled my saving throw. It slams into him incredibly hard, and he goes flying backwards and into the flaming area that's behind him, right into the building. The problem is Nico couldn't get off, and he is also thrown into the flaming building. The good news is he didn't roll less than a 5, so even though he's thrown into the flaming building, at some point in time he does slide off of the disc and land onto the grounds of an area that's on fire. But the other guy is stuck there as it continues to fly forward and smashes into a wall. He's too far away, and there's too much smoke and fire for Nico to see exactly what happened to him. But it was a really bad cry of pain, magically enhanced. And everybody heard it. Ah! He's like, in there, and you can hear
It's a
all
very,
like the,
Star Wars Episode 6 yell falling type thing.
No.
and so that all happens, and so we're gonna get to Nico in a second. You three are unconscious on the ground. Took no damage from your jump because you rolled well enough.
We're
So-
unconscious. Shit.
Sorry. Reich is unconscious. The other two of you on the ground. One of you on fire. So we're gonna have to roll initiative really quickly just to see how things play out. I don't think you intend to stay and fight these 11 hobgoblins and goblin combos, but I imagine you have plans. So I need you to roll me initiative anytime now, everybody.
Sorry, I gotta hit my thing.
Should I roll right into initiative for death save purposes?
Please and thank you. Do you need to click a mini to make that happen, or can you just click
I got
initiative
it.
on the sheet? Okay. Do you though?
He's rolled the
clicked on-
initiative. It's
I
just not going to be on the
clicked
turn.
on
Because
them.
there's no mini.
He doesn't have a mini. That's why.
You can just pop one in.
Here's
Yeah, I
a
do.
mini. Where?
I clicked on Reich.
Where did you
He's
see
got his
right?
Token.
Yeah,
He
his
doesn't have a
token's right
token.
there.
His token's there now. It wasn't before.
I swore I
That's
clicked
okay. I'll
on
fix it to the 10. You're good.
yeah,
And you have Nico, and we don't have Will with us anymore. So, he died. So, first one is Kieran, who's in great
Yep.
shape.
Dead.
She's
Great
on the ground, quickly jumping to her feet, no problems. Not on fire. Has Reich unconscious on the ground behind her, who is on fire, surrounded by 11 pissed off goblins, hobgoblins. Just saw the leader get thrown into fire by a flaming flying disc.
Do you guys want to surrender, or how are we gonna do this?
So say it in game.
That's it. Yeah.
Just how it's in game.
So you guys,
She's saying it to the goblins.
you
Yeah, I'm
guys.
saying it to the goblins.
Oh, to the
No,
goblins.
I'm saying it to the goblins.
Oh, I thought that was meta party decision.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No.
I was like, is that really? So, Aaron,
No.
that is going to be an intimidation check. I would like to say advantage because of what you just did to the boss. However, the condition that you guys are currently in, half your
Even
party's
now.
flaming, one of them's inside there, you're outnumbered. It's going to be not disadvantage, a normal intimidation check.
All right. It's not bad.
I love how Twitch just told me Will started watching.
Nice.
He's been here for like 20 minutes. So that's a beautiful intimidation check. Okay, before I have them react, Stalbor, you are on fire and on the
I'm
ground.
in fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember you failed your save, remember?
Right?
Yeah.
Save?
Yeah, you
Sure.
got an 8.
That makes sense. I'm gonna, I'm gonna try and put the fire out. That's probably the sensible thing to do that a person would do in the situation. I'm not going to stand up and look all intimidating. I'm going to roll on the fucking floor to put the fire out.
There are two ways that you can do this. One, you can stop, drop, and roll. Standard action, that's gone. It's a dexterity save, but it's a very low one with advantage. Or you can try doing cold damage on yourself to put it out. You can take minimum damage, but you will be blasting yourself with a cold
I
spell.
don't have the. Yeah, it's.
They all do
not
necrotic
gonna roll.
damage.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. do that.
So dexterity
myself.
save, advantage, and it's a low DC.
Oh, I have disadvantage, which is good.
Yeah, you should just that would have been really bad. All right, so you actually do successfully put the fire out on your body, so you are no longer flaming. You don't have to worry about residual. Actually,
Yeah,
you did. You took damage at the beginning of your turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep, sorry. So you took this. I rolled max. You took 4 points of fire damage at the beginning of your turn before you rolled.
I do not stop, drop, and roll. I am perfectly unconscious on the ground on fire.
Zero health points does not knock you unconscious. You are conscious at 0.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since
Right.
when does zero...
No, that's
Zero
3.5.
leaves you
That's 3.5.
Zero leaves you unconscious but not dying.
But stable,
I'm
yeah.
on
So
fire.
somebody else has to put you off
So
off of being on
I would
fire.
probably have just tumbled for a little while and probably landed at Kieran's feet.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Or nearby. Not quite at her feet, but nearby.
Yeah.
So the intimidation factor is like. I would even say you successfully put yourself out. I mean, you.
I was doing it while I was...
Yeah, and then it's just the heat, the fire,
fell
everything
out
was so
a few
much. It put you out. You're out, but you're unconscious and you're stable. That's where you're at. Okay. Cool. It's now Nico's turn. Nico. She's not doing so well out there, surrounded by unconscious people and surrounded by goblins. You tumble out and you are in a burning building. You are not doing so well being in this burning building. You actually are going to take significantly more damage, theoretically. 7 points of damage from being in a flaming building, and it's only going to get worse the longer you stay here. It, of course, takes half your move to stand up. And then...
So I'm not staying here, so I'm going to go ahead and piece the fudge out of here.
Okay. Roll me, really quickly, a survival check. You're disoriented and you don't know the way out.
Exactly.
Okay, so with your survival check of 5, it's things are the DCs aren't insanely high. It's not like, oh no, I don't know anything anywhere. Since you failed the survival check to know exactly where you are, you're now able to roll a perception check. However, because of smoke and fire and everything, it's with disadvantage.
Perception at disadvantage.
Okay, sadly, you are in there and you're trying to find your way out. Now, luckily for you, there's still a random factor. If you want to roll me a flat D100 for which way you're going. I'll tell you right now, 1 through 22 is where you want to be. Oh, hey, cool. Actually worked out. So you just by sheer luck, you're kind of like trying to get your bearings. You have no idea where you are. You're trying to look, and you're kind of coughing through the smoke, which you'd have to start making saves soon. You can't see where you need to go, and so you just pick a direction and you just put your faith into your God, and you start rushing forward in the direction that you choose. And luckily for you, the direction you choose does in fact bring you out of the area and into the platform, which is starting to catch on fire as well, and more rocks is falling onto this platform as well. It is getting very dangerous here. So you come rushing out. All of the goblins are kind of like listening to Kieran, and they're afraid. And they're like, oh no, like what's going on? Like our leader was just taken out. And they look over to see somebody rushing through the fire, somebody large and covered in armor rushing through the fire. And all of a sudden they're emboldened. They're like, ha, we're not afraid. And the person that comes rushing through the fire and standing up, kind of glad to catch a breath of fresher air, but taking the air in too much caused them to hack a bit, but still looking rather menacing, is Nico, not their leader. And that intimidation kind of sets in even more, where they're like, shit, this person's just been flying in there through fire. We expect to see our leader come out, but we heard screams of pain. And then this guy comes out. They're getting really intimidated. Not quite turning and running yet. We'll get to that in 1 second. Nico, you do also
I have
take...
an action left?
That was your turn.
Okay.
You have, I suppose, a bonus action left. You do also
bonus.
take 3 more points of fire damage from being on fire for your whole turn. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So you do still have a bonus action. Is there anything you can do with that?
No. Unfortunately not. So I will pass turn.
Okay. So that brings us to, after Nico, the goblins' turn. The hobgoblins' turns, and they're kind of like looking around and scared and trying to like, we don't know what to do. We're a little intimidated at the moment, and so they're kind of like trying to gather their bearings. It's almost like they're stunned for a round. Like they lost a turn through the what's it called, frightened. Like they lost a turn this turn as they're like trying to gather their wits of what they should do. As this is happening, like stones are falling onto the platform that you guys are on, which is making the platform itself kind of junt. The guards that are overhead in their sky carts are kind of like circling around and starting to get closer, and they're taking like pock shots up there trying to keep the guards at bay, but you guys are also down here as well, and they like are looking like, do we have an escape? What do we do? After that is going to be Reich's turn. Roll me a death save. He currently has 1 death point. Correct? Yes. So if you roll a natty 1, sadly that's the end of Reich. Hopefully you do not.
I can be your hero.
Okay, 2 death points on Reich right now. He is very close to death.
I can kiss away the pain.
But not quite dead
About
yet.
to take his breath away.
The goblins,
saving that.
the goblins themselves are kind of like looking like, do we surrender? It says one of them in Hobgoblin, and actually nobody. Nico does hear that. He does understand it. He's like, do we surrender? He says in Hobgoblin. In Goblin to the Hobgoblins and whatnot, and one of the Hobgoblins turns and says, surrender! No, it's
Nico's
for our people.
Hobgoblin.
We need to kill kill them all and or die trying, one of them says, trying to like jump forward and be the intimidating, like the leader with his charisma. And he's probably rocking like somewhere between 10 and 11 charisma. So let me roll his check. Hold on, let me roll his check.
No, Aaron's asking me the burden, but I'm waiting for my turn because I have really good intimidation.
He's actually doing a pretty decent job of trying to rally them together, like, yeah, and you can actually see that they're quickly reloading their crossbows and whatnot, and like looking menacingly towards the last two remaining there. They're still outnumbered, 11-2, so they are seriously contemplating handling that problem. That being said, it is back to Kieran's turn. Kieran, you have an unconscious Stalbor at your feet. You have a dying Reich at your feet, who is not on fire anymore.
Reich's still on fire.
Right? Because
I'm not on fire.
Oh, no, he's not on fire anymore, I don't think. So, dying Reich at your feet, an unconscious Stalbor at your feet, them all around you, and what's-his-face just came out of the thing on fire. What do you choose to do with your turn?
The one.
And you don't understand that. You don't understand the goblins, do you? You just.
I understand well enough to he's like.
Roll me an insight with advantage. You're not an idiot.
I mean.
Only the dice know.
Actually, we're proficient in insight.
You know, it'd be really useful right now if we had a hobgoblin bard. If we had a hobgoblin bard of the Dakani bloodline, that'd be super helpful right now. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. So you look around, you understand what this one guy is doing, but you cannot get the general feeling of the crowd. So
That's
you don't
fine.
know if he's being particularly successful or not. You can just see what he's trying to do.
Be a bitch.
Is he wearing armor?
I mean, yes,
armor?
but he's wearing studded leather.
Darn. I don't have any potions.
I mean, metal armor is expensive.
Can you just save?
Well, I have a potion on me, but you don't really know that.
Honestly, I don't think.
What is saving Reich gonna do right now? Like,
it's true.
what is stabilizing gonna do? He's not gonna be up on his feet for another 4 hours.
It makes me sad.
I'll tell you what it's gonna do. It's gonna make Ollie. It's gonna make Ollie have less art to draw. That's what it's gonna do. So.
Eric less sad.
So yeah, I'm gonna Ray of Frost.
Eric's like, I just went on an Obsidian portal for the first time in years and actually filled out a character sheet. Do not make me do this again.
Yeah, do it. Frostbolt them. Frost them.
Thanks.
Do your damage. Do your worst. Solid damage. Okay.
Just that one guy. Just.
Of course.
Pop a shot right off.
You couldn't like twin spell or anything like that. You out of points.
I'm out of sorcery points. I'm out of spells.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay. And so as he's like, you just point the arrow at him, and so you harm him, and you harm him considerably, and that everybody else is kind of like, but he's kind of like, and trying to like work through the pain and trying to be intimidating. So he's like, and we definitely need to kill them. This is what Nico is hearing.
Put your weapons down if any of you want to live.
Okay. You can roll me.
The next one goes through his eyes.
You roll me intimidation, but with disadvantage, not because you're less intimidating, but because you've already been intimidating.
Yep.
So it's just, can you do better?
See.
Oh, that's funny. It looked like a 15 for a second, but all right. And now it's Nico's turn.
All right. So what I do is going to be dependent on this. What sort of action would an intimidation check be?
Oh,
is it an action?
Poor Reich. Intimidation, it's an action. I mean, if you do it as if you like attack somebody, you can also have it on there.
I wanted to use command.
Oh, sure.
Spell command and then intimidate. So I'm going to use the spell command on the guy who is trying to like counter intimidate us, kinda.
Mm-hmm. And what do you say?
And I scream first I scream grovel in Goblin. To him to activate the effect.
Okay, I rolled a natural 2, so he does. So you haul grovel, and he's like, no, we need to, and you're like, grovel, and so he like drops to his knees, and he's like, and he's not like saying anything because he's not like prostrating himself in front of you, right? But he starts like actually like kind of like, you know, down very low on his knees, very low bow to the ground, trying to fight against it at first, but it's like you can see him trying to fight against it, but nobody else around it becomes apparent to. Like you just know because you can see it. You know what you did. Go ahead.
And then I'm going to yell. My character, by the way, is still on fire and has made no attempt to put himself out.
Yep.
He just says, "There is no fighting. There is death and there is flight. Take your choice.
Okay, roll me your intimidation.
I start banging my sword against my shield.
Okay, now what you're going to have, because she's already rolled that 20 on intimidation, because you've already harmed and then made this guy grovel, and everything else that's going on, you can have actual advantage on your intimidation check right now. Okay, and so you were able to work off of the stuff that she had already set into it, and you do in fact intimidate them. You intimidate them so much that all of them, so a bunch of them start throwing down their weapons, and as they do, it becomes like a wave where they continue dropping their weapons here and there and there and there and there. They're all dropping their weapons, surrendering, giving in. You also take 2 points of fire damage from the fact that you're on fire still, and that was your whole turn, so you can't do anything else. So like I said, they start dropping their weapons or whatever, but before we can just say everything's all hunky-dory, Reich has to make a death save. There's a 50-50 shot here. Technically 55-45. I don't even want to look. I can't look.
Yes! He's not dead yet. We'll check back in 6 more seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Oh, man. I was like, oh, man, another PC. Jeez. All right, so...
Well, we're not out of the woods yet, so...
Well, yes, but immediately
Actually,
afterwards, so the goblins start throwing down their weapons. They start surrendering as well. And immediately afterwards, it's technically Kieran's turn next. What does she want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try to save Reich?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your save.
Oh, sorry. No. What is advantage?
Yeah, a normal one.
Nope.
Okay.
I make things worse.
Yep, she does not save Reich. You're not low enough to make things worse. She didn't get like a 4 or anything like that. And so Stalbor is still fine on the ground. I imagine Nico would immediately run over to Reich and try to save him. And you can just use magic to do so.
I don't have any magic left.
You don't have the 0 level. Oh, you have to make a medicine check. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
shit.
what
You don't
I'm
have the
Go.
ability to just automatically
And
stabilize somebody?
I'm
no.
gonna be honest here. As much as I want to be like meta and do it, my character's still on fire, and Nico has literally no reason to save Reich, so he's gonna put himself out.
Put himself out and then walk over there?
Yeah, he'd do that after he'd walk over there.
Oh, shit. Okay, make your dexterity save with advantage, very low DC. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
I want to really
I told
bad
you.
save Reich, but I
You're fine. You're off fire, and you like putting yourself out as you make your way over to Reich and seeing that he's very, very injured. Now you can kind of gather the gravity of the situation. Oh no! Oh God! Is there anything we can do to try to save him? We get nothing. We get no abilities that can give him a bonus.
Do I click?
You gotta click. Oh God!
I don't wanna.
Sorry, if you die, we just. Oh, okay. I was gonna say we'll just replace you with Gary. You know.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Oh.
We'll just have Nico forever, and it'll be great. Aside from this, and it'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
He's the better brother anyway.
Gary, you would be
Nico.
you would be upgrading if you went me and Gary. That would be the big upgrade. It's all the Davis blood. You get the Cox blood out of here. You get all the Davis blood in. You know what I mean? So,
Wow.
oh man. Okay.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, we still have to try to stabilize him. So
Here in
Aaron,
medicine roll.
Okay. So, Kieran, medicine roll.
Let us know.
You see, he's still bleeding out. Like you can tell that was a failure.
Trying to fix this. There we go.
Okay.
oh,
If it's
I
thank
imagine
you.
he has, 89-degree burns by now.
Yeah. I don't know how I medicine checked that. I
He's
guess
not
I
going to look pretty after this.
rip off a piece of cloth and just try
I thought you
to
did before.
make it better.
I'm like, I need a break from this one. We're gonna come back for our last bit afterwards. Hey, everybody, we're good for. Is everybody good for another hour, or do we want to cut it a little bit short because we started late and everything? We good
I'm
for
okay
another?
playing with Arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Then we're gonna take a quick break and we'll come back for one more hour to finish it up because we had technical difficulties or whatever.